Okay, so welcome back. This is step 2 of the series, and we are talking about track arrangement. I use Serato as my DJ software, and it's where I do all of my track organization. Now, you might be using Rekordbox or something else entirely different. That's absolutely fine. The principles I'm going to walk you through will apply regardless of the software that you're using. So the first thing that I do is to create a new playlist specifically for this mix. Once that's set up, I drag in all of the tracks I downloaded in the previous step and I start working from there. Now, before I even think about track order, I go through each track and assign tags in the comments field. My tags describe the style of the track, so things like deep or jack-in, piano, vocal, dark, tech, these are personal to me, so you can use whatever language makes the most sense for you. Now, the reason that I do this is Serato's Smart Crates. Smart Crates automatically filter your library based on keywords that you assign to your tracks. So when I'm putting together a deep house mix, I can pull up every track tagged deep in seconds rather than hunting through hundreds of files. It's a real time saver once your library starts to grow. So I'll go through each track, give it a quick listen, and assign the relevant tags before moving on. Once everything is tagged, this is where the creative work begins. Now, I'm starting to think about the arc of the mix, the story that I want to tell. And my approach is pretty consistent. I start out with the more chilled, laid-back material and gradually build intensity as the mix progresses. Anything vocal forward or piano-led tends to sit at the beginning, and anything bassline heavy or leaning kind of into tech house, I'm going to move that towards the end. It's a gentle ramp, and it's not a sudden shift. Now, a lot of people overthink this part. For me, the question I'm always asking is, does this track make sense coming after the previous one? And does it set up well for the next one? That's the through line. Energy from one track has to lead through into the next one. Get that right, and the mix will feel cohesive. Serato will show you the key of every track you've downloaded, and some DJs swear by mixing in key. Some will only play a mix in a single key the whole way through. Now, personally, I don't prioritize key. If a track is right for that moment in the mix, then it goes in at that spot. Key is secondary. What matters to me is whether the energy flows correctly from one track to the next. Two tracks in completely different keys can still sit beautifully together if the vibe is right. That said, if mixing in key is part of your workflow, then keep doing it. There's no wrong answer here. Once I'm happy with the order, I step away. Maybe an hour, maybe 2, and then I'll come back later and listen again with fresh ears. This step gets skipped more than it should. Something that sounds perfect right now can feel completely different after a short break. Your ears get used to what they've been hearing. Give yourself that reset and you'll almost always spot something worth adjusting. And that's the arrangement process. It's part logic, part instinct. The more mixes you make, the faster and more intuitive this step becomes. In the next video, we're getting into the mix itself. See you there.